Hey guys, today I'm doing a book review. Before it starts, look what I got. Look what I got. I got myself a bookcase. I can't believe I got one finally. I'm doing a review on Red Queen. This book is amazing. It's about a girl named Mare and she's a red blood, and red bloods are basically normal people with no powers or whatever. They are servants with a low income and they just are normal. And silvers are silver bloods that have magical powers and they are like a higher rank in a way. They've got kings and queens, and it's like there's a massive difference between them two. And it all changes when Mare works with the silver bloods, and she never expected that. Silver bloods can control, like, have superpowers where they can control fire, water, they can like control your mind, and they can do literally anything, and it's so awesome. Like, this book is just, it looks small, but it's 388 pages long, and it's so amazing. You need to get this book. This book it's never going to leave my mind, because this is hands down my favourite book on my shelf. And I only got a few books, but this is amazing. But this book just is really cool. In the book, Mare finds out that she has the ability of her own, and being a red blood, that is really, really, really fascinating, because red bloods don't have superpowers at all. Her power is to control lightning, and when I first read it, I was like, what? Really? And after that, literally, I couldn't read this book. Well, obviously I could, because it took me about 3 days to complete it, like got on a train. Yeah, so red bloods don't have powers until Mare comes along, and that's when the story gets interesting. So that's basically what the book is about. So Mare is a powerful character, and for me, she's my favourite, because she's like going through so much, and she just controls it nicely, and she just handles it like nothing, basically. Like, because they're going through a lot, she just, like, because it's like a love triangle, but it's not so much concentrating on the love triangle itself. It's like in the background, it's just in the background, and it's not focusing on that as much as like the actual storyline, which is great, because I don't really want to read a book and it just focuses on a love triangle, because that just gets a bit boring. Like, oh, I love you, and she's like, oh, I love you too. I'm like, you don't want that all through the whole book, do you? Because it'll just get a bit boring. But yeah, how the love triangle measures with the actual plot just works perfectly fine. So I find it hard to give the this book a category, because it's kind of dystopian in a way, and it's like kind of in the future in a way, like in modern technology, because they have elevators and cameras and guns, but it also feels like it's in like a fantasy in a way, like kind of in the past, because they have kings and queens, and that kind of like confuses me, because I don't know which category to put it in. It's like one of them books that you need to read the next one to get the whole picture, and I just can't wait for the next book, because it's going to be absolutely amazing. Like, apparently, because you don't really get to see this much of the world, like you don't know, they don't really explain the whole world to you. The next book is apparently going to be more explaining what the world is and make it more developed through the next book, because to me it doesn't really seem developed in this book, but next book is going to be pretty good. Can't wait for that. So yeah, now this is kind of my spoiler part, so I can just get stuff off my chest, which I can feel like comfortable talking to the people who read this book. So if you have read this book, keep on this, but if you haven't, for your own benefit, read the book now. Not now, but read the book and then come back to this, because it's so good. So you need to read this before I spoil it for you, because you don't want to get spoiled, because you just don't. So yeah, the plot twist, oh my god, I never expected this plot twist. It's the best plot twist I've ever encountered in book history, And my second best plot twist is Girl on a Train, but this one just beats it by miles off because you don't expect Maven to be the bad guy. Like, seriously, I didn't believe he was. Like, I couldn't believe he is the bad guy. Like, I always thought he was nice one caring about Mare, but it isn't. He kind of makes out that Cal is the bad guy, and I was just like, he seems horrible. I don't like Cal. I just hope he dies. But when it comes to it, it all changes. I'm like, what? Just what? How? Just how can Maven be the bad guy? Like, I wouldn't expect that from a mile away. Like, even if I was guessing the plot twist, I would never think about that. Like, the thing that kind of not jumps out to me, but if I read that like a correct way, if I was guessing the plot twist, like, because you wouldn't expect just like Maven just like saying, oh, I don't have a parents, they're going against the Reds, I want to help you and change it. You would, like, if you were guessing the plot twist, that would come into your mind, like, oh, that's a bit suspicious. But I wasn't looking for the plot twist, and that just went past me like normal. Like, I'd never suspected him. I kind of like Maven still because his character is going to be hopefully a big part in the next book. But I like Cal and Mare's. I ship Mare and Cal because they were together. Like, she did kiss him before she kissed Maven, and I was like, okay, that's a bit interesting, bit of cheaty. But apart from that, I just can't wait for the next books because it's amazing. But yeah, I just couldn't. Oh, I can't get my head around the bloody plot twist, man. It's so awesome. I will never forget that plot twist because it's so good. Like, oh my god, just amazing. Read the book. I'm gonna read this book again. This is gonna be my reread list. And the epilogue. Oh my god, I never ever smiled that much. I was reading the epilogue and all the way through I could not stop smiling because, oh my god, literally, Slade is alive. I never ever like expected him to be alive because, I don't know, but he has powers too. So if you don't know, like, so Julian, I think it's Julian, but yeah, Julian, oh, I didn't want him to die, he was nice. But yeah, Julian had gave Mare a list of people like her, so they're red with silver, blue, like red and silver, like powers, reds with powers, and that is amazing. And Slade is a red with powers. Oh my god, he's got teleportation. That is amazing because, oh my god, in the part of the book, in the last part, the epilogue, he explains how he survived, and that was like, oh my god, like, you know when you get tingling sensation, like when you're happy and that, I got that when reading that part. It was so amazing because you would never suspect him to have powers or suspect him to be alive, but I didn't anyway. But yeah, his powers is teleportation, and that's how he survived. And I was like, oh my god. This book is amazing, and I'm so glad I got this. I'm so glad I restarted it because I didn't like first person books. But until I read The Girl on the Train, I love first person books. I prefer them actually because it's more in depth and more visualized because it's like you're reading as that person. But yeah, if you did enjoy this review, let me know in the comments below, and press the like button, comment down below what you think of this book as well. It's amazing.